For volleyball women, we have the House of Resh.
And our champion is coming from the House of Jai.
For the next category, we have the basketball men. Our second runner-up is coming from the House of Migs.
Our first runner-up is coming from the House of Resh. And our champion is coming from the House of Jai. Next up is the basketball women.
For the second runner-up is coming from the House of Mule.
Our first runner-up is coming from the House of Jai. Again, for the basketball women, first runner-up is coming from the House of Jai.
The champion for the basketball women is coming from the House of Resh.
Category would be the table tennis men. Our second runner-up is coming from the House of Jai. Our second runner-up for the table tennis men is from the house of Jai.
Lalim ng nag-iisang mundo, makulay. Sayaw, sayaw, sumasayaw ang langit. May raming dahilan upang magdiwang. Tayo ay pinag-isa ng langit, lupa, kalikasan at kultura.
Our first runner-up is coming from the house of Ben. And our champion is coming from the house of Resh.
For the next category, we have the table tennis women. For the second runner-up, we have the House of Resh.
Our first runner-up is coming from the house of Ben. And our champion is coming from the house of Mew.
For the next category, we have the Mobile Legend winners. Second runner-up is coming from the House of Resh.
Our first runner-up is coming from the house of Mew. Our champion for the Mobile Legends competition is coming from the house of Ben.
Requesting of all the winners to please prepare on the other side of the stage so that we will have this fast. For the next category, we have the Call of Duty Mobile winners. For the second runner-up is coming from the House of Mew.
Our first runner-up is coming from the house of Ben.
Correction, House of Resh. Again, our first runner-up for the Call of Duty is coming from the House of Resh. And for the champion for the Call of Duty is coming from the House of Migs. For the next category, we have the Dota 2 winners. For the second runner-up is coming from the House of Ben.
Our first runner-up is coming from the House of Jai.
And for the champion of Dota 2, we have the House of Resh.
And now for the chess mixed winners. Our second runner-up is coming from the House of Mew. Our first runner-up is coming from the House of Migs. And for the champion for the chess mixed competition, we have the House of Jai.
For the next category, we have the Billiards Men winners. Second runner-up, coming from the House of Resh.
Our first runner-up for the Billiards Men category is from the House of Jai.
For the champion for billiards men is coming from the House of Ben.
For the billiards women category, second runner-up is coming from the House of Mew.
The first runner-up is coming from the House of Resh.
Next up is the Battle of the Bands competition. For the second runner-up of the Battle of the Bands competition is coming from the House of Jai.
Again, for the second runner-up for the Battle of the Bands is from the House of Jai. For the first runner-up is coming from the House of Resh.
And our champion for this year's Battle of the Bands competition is coming from the House of Mew. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let us all welcome last year's Mr. DMC Pasiklaban 2023, Muhammad Kadatuan, in his farewell walk. He is the reigning Mr. Pasiklaban first runner-up.
In the name of God, the compassionate, the most merciful, all praise be to Him, the Lord of the worlds. As I stand here today, I'm filled with a whirlwind of emotions. It has been an incredible journey, full of unforgettable moments, challenges, and triumphs, serving as your Mr. Pasiklaban. I have been blessed with the opportunity to represent not just myself, but to the people who believe in me, especially my own mother, who was always by my side, and my friends who sparkled and lifted me up to become the best version of myself. Throughout my reign, I have had the privilege of meeting extraordinary individuals, participating in meaningful events, and advocating for causes close to my heart. I have grown in ways I couldn't have imagined, and for that I am profoundly grateful. However, the time has come for me to pass on the crown and the responsibilities that come with it. I'm confident that the new Mr. Pasiklaban will carry on the legacy with grace, compassion, and unwavering dedication. To the upcoming Mr. Pasiklaban, I wish you all the best. May you use this platform to inspire, to advocate, and to make a difference. Remember, this title is not just a crown on your head, but a responsibility to represent and serve. As I bid farewell to my title, I want to express my heartfelt gratitude to each one of you. Your unwavering support and love have been my strength and inspiration. I'm excited for the journey ahead, and I promise this is not a goodbye, but a see you soon. Once again, I'm Muhammad Kadatuan, your Mr. DMC Pasiklaban First Runner-Up 2023, signing off.
Essa bola vai rolar, mundo é um tapete verde. Quando a bola chega lá, coração fica na rede, na rede.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The Mr. Pasiklaban 2023. Now, at this juncture, we are going to call back our candidates on stage to announce the winners. Requesting the candidates to please come up on stage.
Because we will be announcing the winner for tonight's pageant.
Feel how the planets become one. It's like a drum to this and rhythm. Hear the whistle, kick the ball. The entire world soars like an eagle, and we always play like we dance. Only today, there's no tomorrow.
Ladies and gentlemen, are you excited to know the winner for the Pasik Laaban 2024? Are you still with us, everyone? I think we should have a roll call in each department to see who are the people that are still with us.
All right, where is from the house of Migs?
Where is the house of Jai?
Where is from the house of Rush?
Now, where is the house of Mew? Wow, that's the energy.
And where is the house of Ben?
All right, let us not prolong the agony of waiting and let us hear the winners for the Mr. Pasiklaban 2024. Now, I have the result in my hand.
Our second runner-up for this year's Mr. DMC Pasiklaban 2024 is none other than candidate. He is none other than candidate number 8.
Candidate number 8 is from the house of Jai. Runner-up for Mr. Pasiklaban 2024 is candidate number 9. You are the first runner-up coming from the house of Jai.
Three candidates left, but only one will be crowned tonight. Who do you think would be our Mr. DMC Pasiklaban 2024? Is it candidate number 2? Candidate number 3? Or candidate number 5? This is the moment that you've been waiting for. Our Mr. DMC Pasiklaban 2024 is none other than he is coming from the House of Rest.
Candidate
Number 5. Ladies and gentlemen, these are the sets of winners for tonight's event. Our first runner-up is candidate number 8 from the House of Jai. Our second runner-up is candidate number 8 from the House of Jai. Our first runner-up is candidate number 9 from the House of Jai. And our this year's Mr. DMC Pasiklaban 2024 is none other than candidate number 5 from the House of Resh. We would like to take this opportunity for our judges to be in front of our stage for the photo opportunity.
Reminding all the students are not yet allowed to go home since there will be signing out after the event. Again, there will be the signing out of attendance after this event.
The event is not yet finished because we are still going to announce the overall winners for this year's Pasik Laaban. Our overall winners for the fourth runner-up. Our fourth runner-up is coming from the House of Mix.
Requesting one representative from Mix to please claim your token here on stage. For the third runner-up, we have the House of Ben.
Our second runner-up. Our second runner-up is coming from the House of Mew. houses left. One will be crowned as the first runner-up and one will be crowned the overall champion for this year's Pasik Laaban.
For the first runner-up, we have the House of Joy. So that means the overall champion for Pasik Laaban 2024 is the House of Rash.
Our overall champion is coming from the House of Rash.
Lahat ay sumayaw, sige walang titigil. Halina't magsaya.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been a wonderful night for this year's Pasik Laaban. This has been your host, Bernard Baidit Lopiao,
I am Carmela Don Borromeo.
wishing you all a good night.